What is up, family? In today's video almost did not happen. Basically, I'm starting to feel a little bit sick. I was studying for a test earlier this week. I took that test this morning, which I passed. It was the ACE personal training test, and I'm supposed to do arms, so triceps, biceps, shoulders, and abs. That's what I'm supposed to do today. It's a really long workout. It's a workout I took from the Arnold Blueprint to Mass. You can find on bodybuilding.com if you want to do the same workout. But I'm going to go through that workout and then I'll put some commentary over the rest of it. So without me talking too long and being long-winded, let's get this video started. So we start this workout out with clean and jerk. There are 5 sets in this workout. The one downside to working out in my basement is the ceiling's not high enough for me to actually jerk weight over my head with regular size weights. So what I do is pile up 5-pound plates on the sides. You can still achieve the same amount of weight, but you gotta put a lot of 5-pound weights on the side before you can get up to your max or even just heavier lifts. I have to admit I wasn't really feeling too hot this day, so as you can see I've never really went up weight too much. I believe there's only 95 pounds on the bar right now, which is easy to clean and press, but I was tired. I wanted to make sure I got the workout in, and this was the way to do that. So keep the weight low, make sure I'm still hitting the reps, make sure I'm still doing the exercise properly. We move on from clean and jerk to front dumbbell raise and standing dumbbell press. Most of the lifts in the Arnold Blueprint to Mass have you superset them. This is so you can make sure that you exhaust the muscle. So it also starts off at 30 reps the first couple of weeks. So I always grab something really light, make sure I can squeeze and contract the muscle, and then I move up to heavier weight. So it goes 30, 8, 6, 4, 2. As you can imagine, what you can do with 30 is significantly less than what you can do 8 reps of. We are doing 5 sets of all of these exercises, so you need to make sure that you're picking the proper weight each lift or each set in order to make sure you can complete all of the reps you need to get. As you can see in some of these lifts, I get quite exhausted at the end, like right there, and that's just because the weight's close enough that I can still hit the reps, but it does get exhausting during it. If you do 30 of anything with any weight, if you're not getting exhausted, it's far too light, especially if you're doing the weight correctly. Now we move on to some heavier weights. So you can see these reps are a lot slower. They're going up. Well, I'm trying to make sure I squeeze at the top just slightly, then come back down. And then you want to make sure you control the weight on your way down as well. If you're not controlling on the way down, you're setting yourself up to get nice and injured. Now the issue I have here with messing with the weight is I actually broke this curl bar. So the part that holds the weight from coming in on your hands, that part is starting to slide in and out. So you'll see during this lift I keep trying to make sure that it comes over so that it doesn't fall off the end of the bar. I didn't know that until that moment. That was the first time I realized it was broken. So I apologize for that, but I won't be using that anymore, it looks like. Full disclosure, I never really started doing shoulders until the last couple of years. It was just something I played football, I played a lot of sports, and most sports had to do a lot of pressing movements. So my shoulders were pretty decently developed. Now don't get me wrong, they weren't symmetrically developed. Just because with football and things like that, you do a lot of pressing, not so much pulling. So your rear delts aren't going to get used as much, but I did have pretty strong front delts. I do have to admit though, once I did start actually exercising my shoulders and putting a shoulder workout in, I realized that my upper body was looking a lot more full and a lot more complete. So definitely don't skip shoulders. The sooner you put them in, the better you will like your physique. I do love doing shoulders. It burns a lot, but it feels great, and these muscles pump up fairly quickly. A lot like biceps. I would consider them like the biceps of the upper body or of your trunk, because they definitely pump quickly just like your biceps do. Another note worth considering is the better you develop your shoulders, the better you're going to be able to do lifts that include your shoulders. So all those pressing movements like bench press, shoulder press, any pulling movements as well, even as far as deadlift, things like that, your shoulders are barely used in them, but they are used enough so that if you do get stronger shoulders, it'll definitely help those lifts go up. That's another thing that I noticed is once I did start doing shoulders, my pressing movements were better. It's not going to be significant. Maybe you're not going to get 50 extra pounds on that lift, but if you're a power lifter or if you're somebody who competes in any type of lifting competition, you know that 5 pounds makes a huge difference, and this is another way to get that extra 5 pounds. Now we've moved on to upright barbell rows as well as side lateral raises. These are great for your shoulders as well. I feel like the upright barbell rows will give me a great pump, especially in that upper shoulder area, in my upper chest area. It's a great pump. You do have to make sure you're doing the lift correctly. Depending on your body type and depending on what type of muscular imbalances or balances that you have, it's going to depend on exactly how you're going to do this lift. Don't let anyone tell you that there's only one way to do any particular lift, because if they tell you that, they're not telling you the truth. The fact is, we're all built differently. Everybody is individual to themselves. So yes, there is a proper way, there's proper form to do each lift, but it's going to be subtle differences for each and every person. I can't tell you how many people I've tried to teach how to squat and how many times it was different every single time. There's not 2 people that I've ever seen squat exactly the same. Now this part, you see me being a little lazy in my basement. I didn't feel like switching the weights on the dumbbells, so I grabbed the 25-pound weights that I have and I started doing side lateral raises with them. It works just as well. Obviously you get a little bit better grip if you have the dumbbells in your hand, but I didn't feel like changing 5 pounds each and every single time. So they are 25-pound rogue plates. All of my plates are rogue plates. I love my plates. I love my basement gym. I'm so excited to start working out down there again and to bring you guys along with me. So the next chapter for me is absolutely going to be getting ready for a powerlifting competition, as well as I may jump into some bodybuilding or physique shows this year. If you guys like this video, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe and share this video. I appreciate you watching it. Thank you, and you have a wonderful day and have some great lifts.